The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah!
Go Cowboys!
This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your hosts, Barry Church, Hek'ma Harrison, and Newy Scruggs.
Here we are. It is regular season time. Here we go. Players Lounge from the SWBC podcast studio at the Star in Frisco, Texas. The NFL season is here, ladies and gentlemen. No more OTA, minicamp, all Oxnard, preseason talk. No, the regular season is here. It's time to get busy. It counts for real. This is where the Ducats all matter. Yeah. And the Dallas Cowboys are heading to Cleveland, Ohio, going to the land to go get it on against the Cleveland Browns. And doggone it, this time when I go back and I'm in the parking lot, they're not going to say, Al's back.
They did you like that?
They thought I was Al Roker.
That's out of pocket.
So December 94. December 94, my first Browns game. I'm in the parking lot. They thought I was Al Roker.
Dang.
Thus, my brother needed to get on a diet.
That's what you got from that, man.
I'm not going to do no laughing.
Brother, it's funny. It's worth the laugh.
Because you know what?
I can laugh at it. So Al used to work at the NBC in Cleveland before he went to Today's Show. So they thought Al Roker was back there doing it in the park, in the here tailgating, eating food, doing the story.
Al's back.
Al's back.
How'd you respond? Did you just kind of like, just laugh it off, or it was
That's
just
cold work.
Did you wave back like, yo, what's happening?
No, brother, you just taking it.
Just take it in.
Taking it. So I said, I'll be back in the parking lot. We're gonna see if things have changed since '94.
They gonna say there go Hek'ma. No,
that never happened. That never happened.
Oh, wait till it happens.
That never. It doesn't, sir. I look too good for that. So.
Hey, I know some people that would care to disagree with you on that, Newy.
Hey.
We could go forward. We could go forward.
I thought we was in Cleveland. What we got going on here in Cleveland? What we got going in Cleveland?
Cowboys are 2-point underdogs in this game against these Cleveland Browns. A lot of work to get to. A lot of work to get to. So we'll, as the week goes on, we got a lot of things we got to dive into. We'll make our predictions for the record, for the division winners, for touchdown passes.
Oh, I can't wait to hear it.
Got a whole lot. We'll get to it. Will Micah win Defensive Player of the Year? How many yards will Zeke have? We got a whole lot to get to this week. But first, let us start with the quarterback. Number 4.
Big 4.
Rain Dakota Prescott. Jerry said when he spoke to the media last week, right after he showed us the Texas Lotto scratch-off game that Cowboy fans can win. Got a free one. I still need to go scratch it off. I hadn't done it yet. Don't look for a deal for Dak Prescott before the season starts. That's what he basically said. So we went, not, and then Clarence Hill tweeted it out, wrote a story about it on his new website. Don't look for a Dak deal. So I'm not looking for number 4 to get a contract because the owner basically said it. Clarence wrote it. I've seen no indication that number 4 is walking through with anything else other than what he's got right here. You good with that?
If I'm the organization, no, I'm not good with that because I feel like, the longer you wait and if you get these first couple games under your belt without a deal done, the price is just going to go higher. But if I'm Dak Prescott, I'm looking at it like, hey, man, why would I go ahead and sign now if I'm looking for him? I mean, of course, you get the securities and all that guarantee, but in my opinion, I believe no matter what happens this season, injury, God forbid it doesn't happen, but injury and all that good stuff, he's still going to be the top, paid player in the National Football League come this offseason, regardless of what happens. I mean, we just saw Kirk Cousins go down and still get the major bag. So to me, if I'm Dak Prescott, I feel like if you sign early, you're going to leave some ducats on the table. Now, like I said, I understand he's, team guy, he wants to get it done. I understand all that. But for me, I believe if he wants to wait it out, he has a chance to be record-breaking number-wise when you talk about deals. So if I'm Dak Prescott, I'm not in a rush to sign it either.
All right, Cowboy safety Barry Church has spoken. Hek'ma Harrison, bring it to us, baby.
Nah, I just feel like leverage plays into it, and I think that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The leverage that he has, and whether it plays out in his favor if he waits or he signs it now, it doesn't make any sense for the Dallas Cowboys to have their wide receiver locked up and not have their quarterback locked up. That's just two things that don't go together. Maybe I'm talking common sense here, but I'm just basically saying most teams operate the other way around, unless you have a rookie quarterback. But look, here's the deal. I would expect, my thing is, I would expect for them to be working their butts off to get this done this week so they can put that to bed and go forward with this season, because otherwise you're going to have that looming for the entire season. And we know how that goes. The narrative will start to rewrite itself each and every game. And look, at the beginning of this season, you got some tough games. And for Dak, this could be his opportunity, because it could go either way, all right? Because, like, as you say, Dak going to get his money no matter what, all right? But what if he is abysmal in this first 5-6 weeks of the season? What if his offensive line gets him destroyed? I think all of those things are going to start to play a part into the psyche of this team. And so that's going to be, to me, the one thing that I'm going to be looking to. If you get him signed, you get him done, you already know he's your quarterback for the future. So any way that those narratives go, it's not going to change, especially in the media, on how you perceive that.
But if you're the player, what would you do with this? That's, I understand what you're saying organizational wise, but if you're Dak in your Dak shoes, would you say, all right, man, let's get this thing done, or?
I think Dak has been in a great position since he's been drafted here in the 4th round. I think they broke him off. Yeah. He's made a ton of money. The expectations have always been high, and he's flown somewhere under that with only 2 playoff wins. But he's in a good predicament here in Dallas, and that's just how I feel. Now, if he feels like he can get $65 million and he's just going to chill this whole season, that's fine. I completely understand that also. But I think the Cowboys are going to be in the running then also. Yeah. I don't think anything changes as far as that, but I think getting it done now to at least not have that be over your head the entire season should work best for him, because that's one less thing he has to worry about.
What do players say in the locker room when they see something like this going down, Barry?
Well, when you're in a guy like Dak's position, everybody in that locker room respects him. He's one of the captains. So when you look at a guy like that, you want him or that deal to work out as best as it can for Dak. You're not really looking at, organizational wise, if we get him done, we can sign this guy, we can sign that guy. As a leader in that football room and in that locker room, guys are just saying, hey, we want this to work out for Dak. Whatever way that happens, if it's, 3 years at this amount, 4 years at that amount, the highest paid in the NFL, top 3, whatever the case may be, you just want that thing to work out for Dak, for those guys in the locker room.
He basically came out, Hek'ma, and said it speaks volumes that it's not done. It was not done for it speaks volumes.
Yeah.
Look, this argument, what I've discovered about this argument with Dak is twofold. Like, you hear people in the media saying, Dak is not an elite quarterback, but he deserves $65 million. You look at per year, all right? You look at the guys that have signed the highest paid quarterback deals, the top 5. Are those elite guys? No. And so the argument with Dak always goes back and forth. And like you talked about from a locker room perspective, there's nobody that those 53, 52 guys respect more than number 4, because they've seen him put it on the line. You played with him. Yep. So you can speak to the character of the man more than anything else. And so, look, that's why it's so confusing to me. So you start asking people like, what's your deal with Dak? what's your deal with Dak? And either it's just that you're a Cowboy hater or whatever it is, but you can't take away from the numbers that say he has been amongst the elite and deserved to be paid according to that.
And he's the next guy up. It worked out that way. Was it Trevor Lawrence, the highest guy?
55
He won
million.
One playoff game. And nobody really, he got the talent. He has... Man, Dak has done more in this league for a longer period of time. He's the next man up. It's time to get broken off. That's just how it goes.
Kyler Murray got $46 million. Dak got 40.
Yeah.
And then they put the man clause in the contract. He got the stuff.
All kind
of stuff. His Xbox on lock. Huh?
Yeah.
Right. Hey, man.
Give me the code to the box.
Right. We need you to actually take that iPad and open it.
That's wild. That is wild, though.
But that says something. Yeah. You're not hearing that about Dak. So, when people talk about elite, so what I've always found amazing amongst fans is they want guys to quote unquote prove it.
Okay.
That's good. That's not how this business works. Because if people had to prove and win Super Bowls and get to Super Bowls, then people would not be paid. Justin Herbert would not have got his money from the Chargers. Trevor Lawrence would not have got his money from Jacksonville. Kyler Murray would not have his money. Guys, stop. That's not how this is not how this thing works, okay?
Yeah.
This is a marketplace, and the marketplace is what you and your agent can negotiate. Oh, by the way, what leverage do you have versus the team? A team like Jacksonville has no answer if they don't have Trevor Lawrence. So they're writing the check. And go on down the line. Arizona had no let. Well, we're going to pay him.
Cincinnati.
Baltimore, who acted like they didn't want to pay Lamar Jackson.
We know what happened with that.
Who doggone won? Who won an MVP?
Right.
Even they came around. All right, okay, we go right. Go right. All right,
You say nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, you know how I feel. This is the last time I do it. So they did it.
Yeah.
So they did. Jalen Hurts. I mean, same thing, man. Same thing. This is what it is. So Jerry had the rambling press conference and played coy and all that. You're writing a check. Because if you don't write the check, somebody else is going to write the check. And then you know what kind of check you have to write now? You're going to have to write a check to somebody you really don't know a whole heck of a lot about. Because what's behind that door number 2, you don't know what's coming through here, man.
Well, I mean, I think when you look at a team like San Francisco, right? You look at a team like San Francisco who's been built up in some kind of way, have found a way, quarterback after quarterback, to put a guy at the helm to win double digits and go to a Super Bowl or at least an NFC championship because they believe, and this is obviously speaking of Mike McCarthy, who's on 1 year, this doesn't kind of go together. But I'm just saying that teams believe that they can win with damn near anybody. You know, and maybe playing the devil's advocate here, that's the thought process. We got the weapons, all right? We got the defense, and, hey, we can find anybody to do what you do.
And the thought process is definitely, what's the alternative? Okay, we do pay him, and let's just say there's another string of 4 years where you're out in the first or second round.
Oh, my God.
That's your ceiling right there.
Here you are.
And then you see other teams, like just go Houston for a random example. They restart, and they get a first-round guy, number 1 overall pick, number 2, whatever he was, and he's able to, turn that whole franchise around.
There's a formula out there for that. Yeah,
it's but you always have a chance with 4, and that's the thing you got to kind of lean your hat on. You're always going to have a chance.
If we go back, Hek'ma, and break down the 49ers in terms of the screw-ups, but the cover-up made it good. The first screw-up is in the draft, they ended up trading with Chicago and letting them go get Mitchell Trubisky. They trade down, and their first-round pick is Solomon Thomas. Yeah. Who John Lynch said, well, he's a Stanford guy, I know him. So while you took that dude, you allowed Mahomes and Watson to be drafted 10 and 12. Kyle was hoping that he could get Kirk Cousins when he got to San Francisco. But Cousins got that crazy money from Minnesota.
He did.
So they end up getting lucky and getting Jimmy Garoppolo.
You got lucky.
So you got lucky with Jimmy.
Yeah.
Ended up going to a Super Bowl with him. Mm-hmm. So then they're tired of Jimmy. They decided to go give up 3 first-round picks for Trey Lance. Doesn't work out. Ends up the 7th-round pick they got with Brock Purdy ended up working out.
Yeah, lucky as
So he goes to another Super Bowl. Lost it, like he lost with Garoppolo. But along the way, just the decision-making here, the first thoughts aren't good. The cover-up is good.
I like that.
They're getting lucky.
No, I like that. It's the cover-up is mean.
The
What do you
cover-up is
think about
good.
it?
But at some point in time, you're going to get got.
Yeah.
You going to get got. Granted, they're living good. They've got no championships. But the thought process, baby, they've been wrong.
Oh, yeah.
They've been wrong. And so, like I said, sometimes it works out for you. Hey, Dallas ended up with Tony Romo. No, undrafted dude out of Eastern Illinois. It worked out well for them because remember they had Bledsoe, Parcells, and had ran off Quincy, had Testaverde, then they go get Drew, and then Romo steps in, and then Dak Prescott. Not even the first round pick they had. Yeah. He was the second 4th round pick they had, I should say. The second 4th round pick. Remember who they took number 4 first? In the 4th round first? Charles Tapper. There's your trivia question.
Okay.
Charles
you
Tapper,
representative.
Then they went and got Dak Prescott. So sometimes you got to just get a little bit lucky, and things can fall in place for you. But this ain't Bill Walsh saying, "Hey, we want Joe Montana. Hey, I'm trading for Steve Young." The Niners ain't living like that, but it works out, and that's all you got to do. Sometimes is have it work out. But most all, Dak Prescott not going to sign a deal before the Browns game.
I wouldn't if I'm him either.
But he's getting paid.
Oh, he's getting paid.
He's getting paid. Jerry Jones will have to decide. Does he want to be the highest bidder or does he want to lose that? Because I think as long as Jerry comes, Jerry's just going to have to meet the number. I don't think I think Dak Prescott is the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys in 2025.
So with his thought process, if you're Dak, put your shoes in, Dak's shoes. You're thinking, if they don't come to X number, let's just say that number is 63, then I'm going to just wait this thing out until the highest bidder, because you're going to get the highest bidder, once free agency hits. So unless they hit that number, I mean,
it goes back. It goes back to the leverage that we already talked about. And especially if you use Kirk Cousins as the example. But basically looking at it the way that you are, Newy, and I've said this to you that, I feel like nothing short of an NFC championship for appearance right now for Dak. I mean, he's going to get paid. All right. That part is going to happen. But legacy and here, you have an owner that's kind of echoing what the fan base is saying. Yeah, prove it. We want to see it. And they may not jive well with people that's in the locker room that's in the know. But at the same time, you have this bar that you've set for him, and you continue to say he's not reaching it. And whether you believe in the regular season or not, in the playoffs, people look directly at Dak and say he can't live up to that moment. And that's the difference between the rest of those guys that we're talking about.
But we say that, but that should have no ability in you signing the man to a check. Because some of this stuff, now granted, Packer game he didn't play well. Mm-hmm. But that first Packer game in his first playoff run against Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy, dude balled out.
He did.
Wasn't his fault defense couldn't stop. Was it third, 20, what was it?
Man.
28?
I
was on the sideline.
BC.
I was on the field.
Damn, BC.
I know.
I mean, was that?
It wasn't my zone. It wasn't my zone. That's all I got. It wasn't my zone.
Wow. Who was it? Point the finger. Point the finger. Come on.
It just wasn't me.
Who was it?
It wasn't me. I don't know.
It was Kareem Akbar, educated brother from the Bay. The light-skinned brother from the Bay. It was Jeff Heath.
Are you on 38?
The Jeff, it wasn't you either, Jeff. It wasn't you either, Jeff.
Who was it then?
I don't know.
The mean side on.
Break. I don't know.
Okay, we're going to take a break and find out right now who did it. Barry Church, Hek'ma, some Newy Scruggs Players Lounge, brought to you by Aristocrat Gaming right here on DallasCowboys.com radio.
Are you the 2024 Dallas Cowboys Fan of the Year? The Dallas Cowboys and Captain Morgan are celebrating extraordinary, inspiring, and original fans. Nominate yourself or the biggest Cowboys fan you know for a chance to be named the 2024 Fan of the Year and win prizes, including a trip to Super Bowl 59. Visit DallasCowboys.com/Fan of the Year. Go Cowboys!
Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Kyle Yeomans here, sharing that same team that brought you Buffalo, bringing NFL casino games that show America's team on and off the reels. Aristocrat is changing the game with a new experience. Football fans, this means you can pick your team and play your team. Check out the Cowboys-themed casino games developed by Aristocrat, a proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. Gambling problem? Please contact the U.S. National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-GAMBLER for 21 and over.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the Playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
Back to the Players Lounge.
The Mex Tour is back. Head to AT&T Stadium on Tuesday, September 10th for a showdown between Mexican and Canadian men's national teams. Don't miss another exciting soccer match in Arlington. Tickets are on sale now at SeatGeek.com, the official ticketing provider at AT&T Stadium training camp in Frisco.
Excellent. Thank you, Hek'ma Harrison. You were in the Players Lounge. Barry Church, former Cowboys safety.
Sir.
I'm Newy Scruggs, and we found out exactly what happened on the last play, but we'll keep it to ourselves. That's beautiful. What happened in that Packer game at the end is Aaron Rodgers made sure the ending is always the same for the Cowboys. Whenever he played them, everybody dies. At the end. Everyone dies.
They got us.
Yes. But that's behind us.
Wow.
Behind us. New day.
Everybody dies at the end.
When Aaron Rodgers played the Cowboys, everybody died.
Every time.
Never saw anybody live. It was every disappointment all the time. Between Aaron Rodgers with the Cowboys and the Bears, it pretty much he got them numbers.
He don't get you.
He got them numbers. So with the Jets, not so much. But we'll see exactly what he does this year. Hopefully, he lasts longer than the series, because last year, like that, all that build up had a series, got hurt, and it was like bam, season went round. Then game 2, Cowboys tore them up. So this run game, man. There was a great piece by Rick Gosselin, Hall of Fame writer, about running backs after age 28. It was bad.
Ain't very good.
He got some factual knowledge and statistics about 28-year-old running backs in the NFL. Another way to downgrade the position.
The picture of Ezekiel Elliott was right there.
The poster child for.
So he just basically
going down at 28.
He just basically said, don't expect anything. It's like, it's not going to happen. The names and everything else he listed, we talked about the Jim Browns of the world. Jim left and ended up leaving the game with Emmitt Smith. Outside of an Adrian Peterson,
which is a one-on-one. Yeah.
It's sure.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Emmitt had 11,000-yard seasons. Am I mistaken? And he included Emmitt in that. And how so? Saying that.
Looking at the numbers after 28.
Okay.
Just trying to see where you were going to.
Okay.
And so, and one of the premises in looking at Ezekiel Elliott is to say, 2016 Zeke ain't coming through that door. Don't look for that player. And any running back. And so it's good. Dalvin Cook, the same thing. Just don't look for these guys that were the Pro Bowl players that became household names at the position. Not going to happen.
Yeah, and to me, it's a little concerning when you look at this running back room. Now, I'm not expecting, like you said, 2016 Zeke or 2018 Cook or whenever he was with the Vikings. I'm not expecting those guys to do much. But to me, what makes it concerning is if we look at it, if you don't have a balanced attack offensively and you're the Cowboys, I mean, we've seen what happens when, Prescott got to throw the ball 40, 35, 40 plus times. The record is just not, as good as it is when they have that balanced attack. And when I look at the backfield, yes, you got some guys that can protect the quarterback, that can pick up some blitzes, but do you have a guy that's dynamic out of the backfield? Do you got a guy that you can throw a screen to and maybe he can take it, 50, 40 yards, whatever the case may be? To me, when I look back there, I mean, you got some guys that are great in short yardage situation, can punch the ball into the goal line, which they did struggle with last year, but they can punch the ball into the goal line or maybe pick you up a 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. But more than likely, it's going to be 3 yards in a cloud of dust. And if that keeps the defense honest, then all right, cool, I'm okay with it. But I just don't see teams after the first couple of weeks saying, man, we got to respect this run. We got to have an extra guy in the box to make sure that Zeke doesn't pop a big one or Cook or, Dowdle pops a big one. I think a lot of defenses are going to play the Cowboys, top to bottom. They're going to have a lot of guys in the secondary fogging up those windows because they feel like they can stop the run with those light boxes. Now, it's up to Zeke and those boys, prove the defense is wrong. But to me, it's slightly concerning because when you look at the numbers, I mean, 35-plus passing attempts for Prescott, it's just it's not that good.
And that's – I think
record-wise.
That's what you just pointed out, I think, is where my concern is in the type of how do you scheme it up to stop the run and how do you scheme it up to stop the pass? You know what CeeDee Lamb is going to do, and I guess we'll talk about it this week, what can be his ceiling, CeeDee Lamb's ceiling this year. And if you just go back to last year, the Dallas Cowboys were not effective in their running game, but yet they led the league in points. And so it's conflict. The conflict in that argument is you've shown you have time-proof and consistency that, look, we can still get it done offensively without this running game that you think will only consist in 3 years in a cloud of dust, because that's what Tony Pollard averaged last season as a running back. So, look, 59 yards a game will give you 1,000 yards as a rusher, right? And so our expectation of this running back room is a running back by committee. We're going to get a different piece from each one of those dudes, and that's why we talked about Dalvin Cook at length when we signed him. What can he add to this that Rico Dowdle can't add to this? And Ezekiel Elliott can add. I mean, you go red zone, you go protection, you go breaking off those zone runs, and the whole thing is about making those defenses sit at bay, because as you know, as a safety, if we can toy with you, bring guys to the line of scrimmage and then bail out at the last minute trying to fog up those windows as you're talking about, I can make life difficult for you all day long. But that's what they did all season last year.
Okay.
You know, and so Dak was still had that success, and I think that in Mike McCarthy's second season as an offensive coordinator, as a play caller, you'll see a lot more of that, and then I still think you'll be able to mix it in, even with some of those runs from your wide receiver also. So that's what I'm looking for. They're going to have to be very creative in the run this season.
So when you talk about the points and how many they scored, a lot of points, but then we also know, you ran up on the Giants, but what'd you do against the Bills? And what kind of points were you putting up against the Niners? That was kind of the thing last year when people talked about the Cowboys was, hey, look, they're getting fat against bad teams, run up on the Jets, but what are you doing against the good teams? That's kind of been that MO for the Cowboys really the last 2 years of just what they've been able to do. Here's a little bit from what Rick Goslin wrote. He says, there are, talking about running backs at the age of 28 going downhill, he says, there are exceptions, of course. Essentially, the Hall of Fame quality runners like John Riggins and John Henry Johnson managed 1,000-yard rushing seasons at the age of 35. Franco Harris and Adrian Peterson rushed for their final 1,000-yard seasons at 33. And Emmitt Smith and Walter Payton gained their final 1,000 yards at 32. Tony Dorsett, Curtis Martin posted their final 1,000-yard seasons at 31, and Barry Sanders and Thurman Thomas did it for the final time at 30. Hall of Famers Jim Brown, O.J. Simpson, Eric Dickerson, Jim Taylor, LaDainian Tomlinson, Edgerrin James, Floyd Little, and Jerome Bettis all rushed for 1,000 yards at the age of 29 and never again. And the same thing with pass rushing champions Jamal Lewis and LaShawn McCoy. Did it at 29 and never did it again. Hall of Famer Earl Campbell, Marshall Faulk rushed for 1,000 yards at the age of 28, as did their past NFL rushing champion George Rogers, Sean Alexander, Chris Johnson, DeMarco Murray. None ever hit 1,000 yards again. The same with Marshawn Lynch, 28 and never again.
Never say never. No, I got you. And you know what? Those are a bunch of great names. First of all, look at who you're talking about. You're not talking about just run-of-the-mill running backs. You're talking about guys who did it at a high level in this game and that everybody respect when you bring up their name. And so, look, my expectation for Ezekiel Elliott is not 1,000 yards this season. I think my expectation comes down to 3 guys being able to pull all the weight, and then there may be matchups where you say, I can exploit this matchup with this running back because of this running style, and that's because you have 3 of them. Now, is that going to be advantageous in the future? I don't think so. You're going to have to finally find a guy that's going to be your bell cow running back, but it's going to be by committee this season. We keep saying it. They keep proving that that's what they're going to come out with.
Yeah, my only thing is, when you look at these running backs, they're all extremely similar. I mean, you have 3 different backs, but do you have a guy that's dynamic outside of, in between the tackles? Like Dalvin Cook is in between the tackles. Zeke in between the tackle. What would you call Dowdle?
But you know what? You said that before, and I didn't disagree with the first time you said it, but I just don't see Zeke and Dalvin as the same guy. I think Dalvin has a little bit more speed on the edge than I would see Zeke. I separate them. But tough inside runner, I think I agree, but I see 2 different guys when I think of Dalvin Cook and Ezekiel Elliott.
Go ahead.
Who would you say has more yards against the Browns, more total yards against the Browns, Dalvin Cook or Ezekiel Elliott?
Without knowing that, I'm going to take Zeke.
Yeah, I'm going to go Zeke. I'm not sure Cook is going to play much that first game. But I'm going to go Zeke, though.
Who is it?
Give me Cook. Give me some Cook.
Is Cook going to be active? That's the
question. Thing. I don't know if he is. You feel like, okay.
Look, Cook, man.
Yeah, that's the evil.
I'm gonna say Zeke. I just want to
this guy, man.
I just want to see if I can get it.
So handsome man.
I would say Ezekiel. I just want to see it. I just want to get.
All right.
I just want to get.
Let's go.
Just trying to see how quick can I get it?
Yeah, it's all good. I just, you know what?
That's one where time, proof, and consistency.
Right.
He knows the offense. Mike trusts him. So right out of the gate, you go with, I would say you would go with somebody that you trust and know. Yeah. And then Dalvin's got to go ahead and start to prove himself a little bit here. So
you're a mess, dude.
He's got El Boogie coming.
You're right.
Guy's got El
what
Boogie.
is Deuce going to do?
Look,
what are you going to do?
Don't sleep on him. Don't sleep on my guy.
I'm sorry, I brought it up.
Okay. I'm holding it back. I'm holding it back.
I want expectation from you, from Hunter Lipke. Game one. Yeah. What you got? There? Yeah.
Boogie Shuffle. He gonna be out there.
You number one on the fan club, the president.
El Presidente. Look, I'll just simply say this: don't be surprised if the man make the Pro Bowl.
That boy be ducking and dodging.
Come on with that, man.
Boy be ducking and dodging.
So whether it's game 1, game 2, 3, 4, 5, the cumulative work. The cumulative work.
Pigeons be clucking.
This man gonna be in the running. This man, don't let Kyle Juszczyk get hurt. It's gonna be a Pro Bowl.
It's
What he gonna do week 1? Pro Bowl fullback.
Week 1. Hey, boy, I'm telling you.
So I tell you right
Jet
now.
Li.
Newy Scruggs is the illest.
I remember being laughed at on this podcast several times over things.
This is different. This is different.
Trayvon Diggs.
This is different. This is different, Newy. This is different.
Week 1.
Right there.
We got it.
Week 1, El Boogie.
Week 1, El Boogie. Give me some time.
No, marinate on it a little bit. All right.
But he gonna play.
He gonna play. That's what we got.
Right. I mean, right now, I'm scared for all these running backs. With a left tackle that's making a start against Myles Garrett and a rookie center, Jim Schwartz. I'm worried about this team right now. I'll tell you that right now. I am worried for. Yes, Hek'ma. I am worried for this Cowboys team because I don't know what to expect from the offensive line, from up both lines, D line. Okay, let's take a break. Get in this run defense. I'm not feeling good about this. I'm not feeling good, and I know Nick Chubb's not here.
Well, you got your boy Linval Joseph. You were talking about. Come on, you got the chef, the carpenter, and his tools.
Too old. Too late what he used to be. I mean,
I can't wait till we pick, man. I already know BC is about 9-8. Yeah, I know you at 9-8.
I've been calling this.
No, you have.
I've been calling.
No, you have.
You know what I mean?
I'm out there already. Morning News put my stuff out there already. So let's take our break. Let's get back in this run defense. Since let's see what you sold on.
Okay,
here.
Cool.
Hek'ma Harrison, Barry
Let's
Church,
do
and Newy Scruggs Players Lounge, brought to you by Aristocrat Gaming, right here at DallasCowboys.com radio.
To kick off the 2023 NFL season, Hugo Boss teamed up with the NFL and Micah Parsons to launch an iconic apparel collection featuring hoodies, crews, t-shirts, polos, joggers, and more. The bold, unique apparel of the Boss NFL collection unites football and fashion while reflecting what it truly means to be a boss. Get yours today at nflshop.com/HugoBoss, at HugoBoss.com, and at Boss retail stores. #Be your own boss.
I'm Cowboys alumni, Danny McCray, here with Smoothie King asking, what's that sound? That's the sound of me sipping one of their power-packed smoothies with over 10 grams of protein. With real fruits and organic veggies, because at Smoothie King, what you see is what you sip. So grab a delicious Smoothie King smoothie, throw a straw in your jaw, and get sipping real. Smoothie King, the official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Kyle Yeomans here, sharing that same team that brought you Buffalo, bringing NFL casino games that show America's team on and off the reels. Aristocrat is changing the game with a new experience. Football fans, this means you can pick your team and play your team. Check out the Cowboys-themed casino games developed by Aristocrat, a proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. Gambling problem? Please contact the U.S. National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-GAMBLER for 21 and over.
Raising Cane's presents the other rules of football. Rule 1. Any broadcast without the express addition of cooked-to-order Cane's chicken fingers is prohibited. Rule 12. No crinkle-cut fries, Texas toast, or craveable Cane sauce constitutes an illegal formation. And Rule 31. Anybody who loves to feed their game face is an eligible receiver of Cane's. When it comes to winning game day, Cane's rules. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love. Go Cowboys.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Are you the 2024 Dallas Cowboy Fan of the Year? The Dallas Cowboys and Captain Morgan are celebrating a extraordinary and inspiring and original for fans. Nominate yourself or the biggest Cowboy fan you know for a chance to be named the 2024 Fan of the Year and win prizes, including a trip to Super Bowl 59. Visit DallasCowboys.com/fan of the year. Go Cowboys.
Hek'ma Harrison in the house. Barry Church, former Cowboy safety. I'm Newy Scruggs. So just in case the new folks, the players lounge don't know. Okay, so I have come out.
Okay.
My name behind Hunter Lipton. Okay. And so thus you hear the snickers and the laughter about me.
That was too much of a pregnant pause, dog.
Hunter Lipton. So let it be known right now on the record.
Okay.
That I am not only believing in Hunter Lipke.
Yes.
This man might make the Pro Bowl.
No, Mike.
If Kyle Juszczyk is hurt, Hunter Lipke gonna be in the Pro Bowl.
We talking about some bites now, man.
Okay.
Well,
What's if?
I believe it. I believe he's
Where
going
your
to
hope? Roll your sleeves up so I can see how much hopium you've been on.
He on that.
He on that.
I can't. Big Mike ain't going down without his fullback. Like John Kuhn, maybe John Kuhn. The same thing, man. Let this man get his opportunities. He's gonna be up in there.
He might make it. I thought you was.
I still believe. I believe. Okay,
I believe.
just like I believe that Joe Burrow was better than Justin Herbert, and I was right.
Facts. But you right behind you on that one.
You fought me.
Hell,
and then Burrow went to the Super Bowl.
So
this is not the same thing.
Is he a Pro Bowler or not?
I told you.
Answer the question, Newy.
How many
First
Pro
the week one? He won't give us the week one stats.
You know man, this is your co-defendant right here. This is the
Chris,
guy.
how many Pro Bowl fullbacks do they take? One or two?
One.
Okay. If it's just one, it will be Kyle Juszczyk.
So he ain't going.
So ain't going. But Kyle Juszczyk is hurt
right now. Go ahead, throw that.
He in the Super or he's in the Super Bowl,
If Kyle Juszczyk
my man gonna be in there.
And it's not if Kyle Juszczyk is in the Super Bowl, no. It don't work like that. It don't work like that.
Because we know this reputation thing works for people.
Right.
You know, like it's gonna be hard to replace Zach Martin. You know this. You know that the reputation thing get hard up in here. You can be deserving, but the reputations get there. So I do have that as a legitimate thing. But I'm just telling you, man, Mike McCarthy, another Pro Bowl. I feel it's year 2. I'm just telling you.
I mean, look.
But not all teams have a fullback on their roster.
Exactly.
I'm just letting you know.
He knows. He's playing the numbers.
He's looking at the camera. He's like, thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
He's playing the numbers. He knows there's only one other fullback in the NFC, and it's Kyle Juszczyk.
It's limited competition.
That's who he's competing against. Listen, he's not walking out on a limb on this one at all. That's what he said. If Kyle Juszczyk is hurt, he's your man.
He's going straight in.
He's your man. If the other guy doesn't do it, this is the guy you go with.
5 carries on the year. Talking about Pro man.
Look, at the end of the day, if L Boogie has success, what does that mean? That means team success. So I'm gonna go with that. All right, but I'm not going with.
That's fine.
Go with what? No. Whoa.
Like this man is y'all both.
No. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
Come on, get on.
No, I'm good.
Come on.
I'm off. I'll be back on Sunday.
Yeah, really?
Come on.
Chat will be on Sunday.
I'm not gonna do it. It's not gonna happen.
Come this way. Come on.
Nah. I got my other fixes on here, man. Let's get into them.
Up the middle.
Oh my God. To the 20, to the 10. Hunter Lipke running past the safety.
All this laughing and snickering, okay. Mark it down right here. It's 2:38 p.m. Laughter.
Let's go, Hunter.
Laughter.
Let's go, Hunter.
10 carries this game. Week 1. 10 carries, baby.
Boogie. Okay. All right.
Peace sign by Hunter Lipke.
Okay.
Brad Sham. Hunter Lipke, oh my God.
To the 5. He's in there.
Babe Laufenberg, I've never seen speed like
Tearing angles up. Man, Hunter Lipke, boy.
Oh, man. Nah, it ain't happening, man. It's all good, though.
Sweet feet Lipke, huh?
It's all good, man. All good. Let's talk about that run defense. You sold on Linval Joseph, huh?
Yeah, I think you have to get an answer for Mozzie Smith immediately as far as a rotational piece. And I think Linval Joseph is going to fall into that nicely. At least I hope he does. At least I hope he right now. At least because
you gonna jump on me by hope.
No. What I need. Look, this is what I need. This is what I need from Joseph. I only need him to be a 2-gap. Plug him up, okay? Let my man Eric Kendricks run sideline to sideline. The way that this defense works is when your linebackers can get downhill.
That's fine.
That's it, okay? And if Mozzie Smith cannot hold that for 4 quarters, at least now you have a piece in there. And that's why you bring in the other guy, Phillips. Also, Phillips is known as 1, but also better known as a 3. But you got really now 3 legitimate 1 techniques that you can rotate in and out. You got to stop the run. First of all, Cleveland, this first game, you're going to have to stop the run. No matter who Stefanski has back there, he's going to give you a healthy dose of that running back.
So how many plays do you think Linval Joseph's going to give you?
I'm going to go with legit. I think he could give you at least 10.
And that's going to be enough to let
against a team that's going to run the ball.
Yeah, look, against a team that's going to run and throw the ball, I'm telling you 10.
They running 30 times.
At least.
30.
So, like I said, I put Phillips in there as well. I put Mozzie Smith in there as well. I'm not asking for this guy to go out there and play 20 snaps. Would you ask Linval Joseph to give you 2?
And that's what I'm worried. Because if Linval can give you at least 15, you might have a slight chance. But I just don't see Linval giving you maybe he gives you 8 snaps. But for a team that runs the ball, for a team that's going to run the ball at least 30-something, even if this was midway through the season and he was ramped up and ready to go, I'm like, all right, maybe. Okay. But to start the season off, age 36, 10, 15, I just don't see it.
Man, I really thought that was being conservative and that was going to go over well. I really did. I misjudged that one because I thought that was pretty good to say that he would be able to go
training camp. He gonna come in just.
Where do they put the oxygen on the sideline?
Oh, it's right behind it, right? The tank, right behind the bench. You reach around.
No, y'all do Linval like that, man. Don't do him like that, man.
I'm just saying. Has he had a training camp? Was he? He wasn't because he wasn't with Dallas training camp. That's
Hek'ma got him out there, boy.
Yeah.
Got him out there balling.
10. I got 10 snaps.
Tapping his helmet.
Oxygen man.
Tapping his helmet. No, you in there.
Hey, don't get him in there on no quick offense. Nothing quick. Bring him out. Call a timeout. Get him off the field. Come on, I got 10 snaps.
That's 10.
I got 10. I got 10 for the big fella.
Right down there.
Because Mozzie, like, man, nobody has a hotter seat than Mozzie Smith.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Yeah. Nobody has a hotter seat than Mozzie Smith, and he has to show you. And so he's going to give you a full sample size. Barry.
There it is, sample size. I love it.
He'll give you a full sample size for you to be able to make a judgment on whether he can do this job or not. And so I'm not asking for Linval Joseph to be a major piece in this defense.
The piece, it got to be Kendricks. Like you mentioned it. He's got to be that guy. And the only thing that I worry about with Kendricks, can he do that for 8 games? Sure, he could be one of the best linebackers in the National Football League for 8 games. But as we've seen these past couple years, does he have the durability to go 17? And we all understand the season's a long season.
He's not a tall guy either.
No, he's not. Never has been.
Was in the locker room with him like,
okay,
and if he's not out there, who Clark? Tuafu, I believe. Is that his?
Yeah.
Tuafu.
So 10 snaps for Joseph. What you got Phillips at?
Man, you're asking the mighty lot. I'm gonna go 10 for him too.
That's 20. 20 aging snaps. Right
that's 20 right there. Mozzie got to give me 20. Mozzie got to. Come on now, y'all. Listen, y'all. He's your first round draft pick. What are you gonna throw him away?
No, he got it.
You can't do. He has to. Come on now.
At least
be
a
like
flash.
that.
He got to show you at least a flash or something.
We've been talking.
That's a gash.
We've been talking about this rotation since the beginning, and we knew that we had to just comb other rosters to find somebody to come in here and back this guy up. We didn't feel like we had it on this roster previous. So you get Linval Joseph in here. My question is, what kind of impact can Linval Joseph have on Mozzie Smith, if nothing else?
Yeah.
If nothing else, because we got to have a run stuffer. Otherwise, we just running back what we did last season.
Yeah. Better hope the turnovers are coming.
Oh, that's cosmetic. That's cosmetic because if you're not getting turnovers and you're not getting sacks, then what? You're just an average defense.
You middle of the road,
right? And so we can't have that part. What we have to do is stop the run. That's why you brought in Mike Zimmer as a defensive coordinator to stop the run because that's his MO.
He ain't a magician. Got needs some help. And right now, we'll see what the reinforcements do. So we'll continue this as we go forward. This week, Cowboys, Browns, Game 1 in Cleveland, Ohio.
You picking?
I forgot Coop.
Yeah, they got Coop.
I forgot about, and they got the guy from Denver, right? Jerry
Judy. They got Jerry Judy. Yeah, they got some work over there.
This ain't Alabama. This ain't Alabama.
No.
He ain't showing nothing. He was over there
Alabama. He was over there let Russ cook.
And Njoku. They got Njoku over there.
They got a squad.
Yeah, they do.
They got a squad.
Got defense, too.
All that. And you still picking the Cowboys come Friday. It's
Man, come on.
It's going to be interesting.
Come on. Who you picking? Who you picking? That's what I want to know. Hey.
Pretty obvious.
In the land.
Nah, you picking the Cowboys. You picking it. I can see it on you now. Don't lie to yourself. You already you didn't put your picks out there like that. You just put overall.
I got to do picks.
Oh, you could play around. See, that's the thing. Are we going to go game by when we pick? Are we going to do like we did last year? We're going game by game.
The pin got to be.
Yeah, the pin got to be in.
You had Chris Beam. You had Chris Beam last year. He put that on me. Chris Beam was here last year.
He did.
But I'm saying, are we going to do the same thing that we did last year? We went through the season and we picked every game. So then you can't.
It's whatever you want.
You got to have that record.
I'm just saying, I don't want you to be able to fudge on it. I don't want you to be able to weasel out.
Whatever makes you feel comfortable.
Okay. I mean, I'm comfortable either way.
I say we go for it.
I know. You got 17-0. 16-0.
That's 16-1.
Yeah. We're gonna have a good season, y'all. We're gonna have a good season. My man. Let's go.
Y'all out of pocket, man.
Hey, we'll continue this tomorrow.
The mid-season form
We'll
already.
continue this tomorrow, 2 p.m. Central Time, right here. Players Lounge with Hek'ma Harrison, Barry Church, I'm Newy Scruggs. Goodbye.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!